Hola and welcome to Sing Sunday. Welcome, bienvenida everybody. This is actually my first episode, so wish me luck. Today we're talking about confidence. So the Google defined definition of confidence is a feeling of self-assurance arising from an appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. Now, wow, are they for real? That sounds like a lot, And I also think it's true though. Confidence is really when you are your highest level of self-assurance and validation. And this can come from anything, whether it's like your schoolwork, sport, or even just in yourself as a person. Personally, I feel that when you're growing up, they don't actually place enough emphasis on becoming a confident person. Math, English, reading, they're all really important and you need them to get by in life, just like you need confidence, So the teenagers that are being raised at the moment are the next generation of adults that are going to be put out into the world. It's scary, I know. We are the future governments, corporate firms, lawyers, and creatives. But the interesting thing about Generation Z, which if you don't know, it's our generation, is that a lot of us do lack confidence. But at the same time, we're also not afraid to fight for our rights. I remember really recently I saw all these memes saying, oh, Generation Z is afraid to talk in class in school, but they'll risk it all at a police brutality protest. And that is true, because honestly, on a smaller scale, I hate answering the phone. My parents say that's a generational thing, but phone calls are just so awkward. But then I'm not afraid to speak out against important issues like racism and expose them in places like school. But you know what? It's important that people have confidence in all aspects of their life. So many kids are afraid to raise their hand or talk when they're in school because they're afraid that the other kids are going to make fun of them. And that's wrong, because then these issues get carried over into adulthood, where these kids become adults who can't always stand up for themselves, like in the workplace, and then they get taken advantage of because they lack the facilities and tools to have the confidence to truly express themselves. And I have to say it, teenagers are horrible. In high school, I've witnessed people say the most disgusting, unacceptable things to me and to others. For example, do you guys remember a year or two ago when the teddy jacket became a trend? Well, I brought on before they'd really taken off in the UK, because I feel like when there's a trend in America, it takes a while to come to England. And so I went to school wearing my teddy jacket, and in the school there was only 2 other girls I'd noticed that also had them. And I was waiting in line to go in my class, and this one girl comes up to me and she says, "Why are you wearing that?" And I looked at her and I said, "Because I want to." But seriously, that's so rude to actually have the audacity to go up to someone and make a comment about their style. You don't know what they're going through. They could have been having a really bad day and you just made their day worse. And there's so many people like this in high school. It just doesn't make sense. So you've heard one of my experiences there, but do you guys want to know the irony to this situation? A few months later, when teddy jackets had really taken off in the UK and were a full-on trend, that mean girl and all her friends were wearing them. So, in the end, I really won because I was just ahead of them. And that really shows how subjective fashion is. Now, let's take the concept of the potato sack. I know, sounds random, but if somebody made them into tops and into shorts, and it was still really obvious they were potato sacks, a lot of people would react like so outraged, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, what is this? And they wouldn't fathom even wearing it. But then, if we take some known figures with iconic influential style like Billie Eilish and Rihanna, loads of articles would be written about how they are wearing these potato sacks, not snacks, sacks. And then online retail fast fashion companies will catch on. They will start copying the design and making the potato sack clothing. And before you know it, all these potato sack clothes will be on your Instagram feed and everyone will be wearing them. This just really shows the epitome of how having some confidence to just wear whatever you want can really work wonders. And that is why I don't judge much clothing, because when enough people wear something and style it right, literally anything can become a trend. People should have the confidence to just be who they want to be. And I've noticed quite a few girls who left my school to like go somewhere else for sixth form. They've gone like all alt style now, and before they were so basic, and they even used to judge me. But now they're in a different place for school, there's nobody left to judge them, and they feel like they can be themselves. But that's the problem with high school. Why is everyone judging each other? Some people like really hate you, but they still always want to have your name in their mouth. And you have to realise this is completely out of your control. You just have to let them talk, and you need to have the confidence to be who you want to be. Because as soon as you start caring so much about what other people think about you, it's when you lose yourself and you just kind of get lost in the madness. I can't stress this enough. You need to start viewing yourself through your own eyes and not the perspective of somebody else. School kind of feels like it's going to last forever, but in reality, when it's over, all you have is yourself. The other people aren't going to be there judging your every move anymore. And if they're still stalking you on Instagram and TikTok, that just shows the power you have over them and how, in a weird way, they're kind of infatuated with you. You don't want to finish school regretting everything, thinking, oh, I wish I would have just acted like myself. Because, the more time you spend faking it, you're just cheating yourself over everything. And, if you're scrolling through Instagram and you think you're struggling because it looks like everyone else is leading such amazing, wonderful lives, stop right there, honey. Literally every picture, there is Facetune, there is Photoshop, the person probably has a BBL. You're only seeing an image that someone is trying to portray of themselves, and not the whole reality of what their life is actually like. So, I challenge everybody listening to this to try and get rid of that fear they have of what other people think about them. Stop holding on so tightly to that fear, because the moment you let go is when you'll truly start living. So, why not start now? If people are mean about it, that's just a true indication of their energy and that you don't need them in your life. I'm your host, Bella Singh, and thank you for listening to Singh Sunday, where I post a new podcast episode every Sunday. Have a good week and adios!